So, in the previous videos, we've looked at how to find the equation of a straight line given a pair of coordinates, and we used that to find its gradient. Once we had its gradient, we could find the equation of the line. We're going to improve on this now, so if we just sketch out the same situation as we had before, just choose a different pen because that one's running out. So we use the same equation of the line that we had before. We had point 27 and we had the point 5,2. We know the equation of this line was 3y plus 5x minus 31 equals 0. What we're going to do now is we're going to find the equation of the perpendicular line to the one we already have. So again, previously we saw the gradient of this line was m equals minus 5 over 3. We want to know the perpendicular gradient. Let's just use our sketch to help us with this. You may have realised by now that most of what we're doing in A-level, we're going to use a sketch to help us. So we knew that our change in y was minus 5 and our change in x was 3. Now this line has been rotated 90 degrees to give us our new line. So, if we rotate this gradient triangle, we will get the gradient of this line. This triangle here will be rotated up, so what was the change in x, 3, will become our change in y. And what was our change in y will become our change in x. Notice, however, that this one was negative. When we spin it round, it becomes a positive change in x. Now we can just read off our perpendicular gradient. Change in y divided by the change in x. Let's look at what's actually happened there, because we won't need to draw these two gradients triangles out every time. We've taken what we call the negative reciprocal of our original gradient. So negative means that the sign has changed. It was negative, it's become positive. If this were a positive, this would be a negative gradient. And it's also the reciprocal. Okay? If we flip our fraction, we would get 3 over 5, and that's exactly what we have here. So negative reciprocal, change the sign, flip your fraction. Coincidentally, if we had a gradient of, say, 2, the reciprocal of that, or negative reciprocal, sorry, would be minus 1/2. When we say the reciprocal of a number, if it's not already a fraction, we just imagine that as 2 over 1, and we flip that. Okay, so now that we've got the gradient, we can do exactly as we did before. We know the gradient is 3 over 5, and then we do our change in y over change in x for a general point y and a general point x. Now, which point do we choose? We cannot choose 2, 7 this time, as that point does not lie on our line. This only works if we choose a point which does lie on our line. So in this case, we have the point 5,2. That's the only point we know which lies on our line, so we'll choose that. X is 5, y is 2. Okay, cross multiplying. I'm going to try and squeeze it in over here so I don't need to go to a new page. That's going to give us 5y minus 10 is equal to 3x minus 15. Again, bring everything onto one side. 5y minus 3x plus 5 will equal 0. That will be the equation of our perpendicular line which passes through the point 5,2.